Sam.
Yeah. Nice.
Sam, based on our latest assessment, we know where the Ghost Mech base can be found. When you're ready, access the D3 Magellan's delivery terminal and accept this main order. I'll brief you on the details after that.
That's Tarman's son. He must have placed a photograph in here for safekeeping. This is an important memento. Why don't we go and take it to him?
I found this picture in your book. Is this your son? Thank you. Yes. He's still out there somewhere, borne along on the currents, with this right hand of mine. It's due to my connection with said missing piece that I can read the movements of the Tar. Something akin to a phantom pain. Do you want to hear the story? Sure.
I was both a medical doctor and a geophysics researcher once upon a time. In those days, the tar currents were a key focus of mine. This ship was originally built to facilitate my studies, in fact. The deep tar hunting vessel Magellan, we named it. A ship perfectly suited to pursuing the creatures that thrive in the tar's depths. Another avenue of research, you might say. We called them chiral mammals, for lack of a better name. Seemed like the closest fit. Reckoned if we caught one, we could figure out all the mysteries. The tar, the tides, hell, maybe even the stranding.
Whoa, she's a big one.
Dip yourself in, son.
Tar's looking calm. I'll be fine, Pop. You seeing this? I think she's pregnant. Hey, Pop. This is weird.
Storm! And just like that, the tar took my boy, and my hand along with him. At first, I thought this little guy was my son reborn.
If I may ask a question, the hunters that attacked you after you caught the chiral mammal, are you sure they came from within the creature's womb?
Yes. That said, I'm not of the opinion that the hunters were its offspring.
Its womb merely served as a gateway to the other side.
Indeed. The tar and the beach are connected.
I've known Tarman for quite a while now, but that was the first time I've heard him speak about his son in that fashion. It made me wish that I could do something, anything to ease his burden. But setting aside those feelings, suppose that cat of his is in fact his son reborn. Why does it treat me as though I'm a threat? Does it just hate me? Reincarnation or not, perhaps it's still a cat at heart. That sure looked good, Sam.
You're wearing my scarf. You're wearing my scarf.
You saw his face too, didn't you? It was him, Neil Vanna, I'm certain of it. That clearly wasn't a memory of yours. Was it some thought of Lou's, lingering in the pod? Hold on. Lou was assigned BB-28 serial number 4 years ago. But Vanna died in a void out 11 years ago. It doesn't add up.
Meaning what? That it was his memory we just saw?
He and Lou must be connected. But how?
Sam, the data you secured for us at the weapons factory earlier has proven invaluable. With it, we were able to continue our investigation and succeed in locating fabricators with similar specifications. I'll brief you in depth as you review the map. Accept this main order from the delivery terminal in order to proceed. Okay, Sam. The facility we've identified is here. An abandoned factory south of the F5 East Distribution Center. There are operational fabricators inside. More than you had to deal with for the previous order, in fact. And to make matters worse, it seems these ones are configured to produce ghost mechs. Higgs is likely pulling the strings at this factory too. So with that in mind, your main objective is as follows. Eliminate both the ghost mech fabricators and any hostiles you encounter on site. In addition, each fabricator contains vital data that we need you to retrieve and deliver to the Magellan. By analyzing it, we hope to gain insight into Higgs's activities and future plans. Tarman will give you the device you'll need to extract the data before you head out. For now, consider the route you wish to take.
Sam, you'll need to take this ring terminal expansion device with you again. Make sure it's in your possession whenever you attempt to access a ghost mech fabricator on site. If you have it with you, it'll automatically extract data from the fabricator terminal while simultaneously destroying it. Once you've disabled all fabricators, return to the Magellan with the device and submit it for processing. We'll handle the analysis on our end like last time. Remember that it contains special components that can't be reproduced by printers. Take every precaution to ensure you don't break it.
Feeling about this. Like something seriously big is waiting for us. Stay on your guard and proceed with caution. I see now. They build ghost mechs in this facility. Sam, the ghost mech fabricators appear to have been activated. This could get very bad very quickly. We need to destroy them as soon as possible. to worry about, and we've secured its data too. There should be 3 fabricators remaining. Keep the ring terminal expansion device safe and proceed to the next one. Fabricators left to disable. Let's move. Is that the last of them? Right. All ghost mechs have been eliminated. Now, to deal with the fabricators, use your ring terminal expansion device to hack into the fabricator terminals. We're almost there. Just one more fabricator to go. Fabricators have been destroyed. All that remains is to take the ring terminal expansion device with the extracted data back to the DHV Magellan for processing. Oh boy, that must hurt.
I will always support you. Take care.
Good to have you back, Sam. Now let's take a look at the cargo you've brought us. The damage is substantial, but Tarman says he should be able to get what he needs. Everything's going to be fine.
Displaying your current porter grade.
Our analysis of the data you extracted for us has yielded detailed records of deliveries to the factory. It seems both the materials used to manufacture those ghost mechs and the routes used to transport said materials were the same as those utilized by APAC. This indicates that APAC was likely involved in the production of these mechs.
Wait, could this possibly mean that Higgs and APAC are working together? We should watch what we say around the President.
We'll need to proceed carefully with our investigation. If APAC and the President did indeed have a hand in these activities, the security of our operations is entirely compromised. One more thing, Sam. Some of the data we received concerned ghost mechs outfitted with rocket launchers. I realize you didn't encounter this type within the factory, but it's possible Higgs may have already deployed them elsewhere. We need to prepare countermeasures for the DH3 Magellan with all due haste. There's a specialist who can help us in South Fort Knott, just beyond this mountain. Putting F6 on the grid is one of our objectives anyway. For now, we'll make preparations in an effort to secure his cooperation. You should head to your private room and try to get some rest before your next order is ready. And Sam, good work.
Feels good.
Moby Dick, or The Whale, seems to be one of Tarman's favorite novels. As the name suggests, it's a story about a white sperm whale named Moby Dick. Captain Ahab, one of the main characters, uses a prosthetic leg made of whalebone to replace the one Moby Dick took long ago. He's obsessed with getting revenge against the whale, which he hates with a terrible passion, all while nursing the phantom pain of his lost leg. In the end, Ahab fails to exact vengeance on his foe and is dragged into the sea. His crew's only survivor is Ishmael, the book's narrator. He was rescued after clinging desperately to a coffin-shaped life buoy. That's right, a coffin was his savior. Ironic, isn't it? How you use a thing makes all the difference.
Please take care. Hydration recommended.
Oh, hey there, Sam. Really glad you could make it. Now, your next main order is ready and waiting, but I should mention there are some special considerations. For one, the cargo container will start leaking toxic gas if it's damaged. This run is going to involve a hard trek up some snowy mountains, too. So make sure you're well and truly prepared before heading out. Now, the adventurer you're delivering to travels the continent to try and solve the mysteries of the Death Stranding. You gotta respect a man putting in that much work. The cargo you'll be taking him is related to his latest investigations, or so I hear. I'd appreciate it if you helped out, not just with this order, but any future ones as well. Don't let us down, Sam.
This cargo has been designated hazardous. The container encasing the cargo may release noxious gases if damaged significantly.
Order accepted. Thank you. Please take measures to get out there.
Do you have a moment, Sam? I was wondering if you'd noticed Hartman doing anything strange lately. Sending odd mails, sleepwalking. You know I'm not the kind of person who enjoys spying on her colleagues. But when I finally decided to check the surveillance cameras, there he was, wandering around at night. If you see anything out of the ordinary, don't hesitate to contact me.
Blinding white, zero visibility.
Security measures lifted. Weapons detected. Be advised that usage is restricted inside facility ground.
Hello, and thank you for stopping by. You've brought something for my father, right? Sorry, I'm afraid he's not here at the moment. Can't say I know what value this cargo has, but I can assess its condition in his absence. This is in perfect condition. The old man will be singing your praises.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
Thanks again for the delivery. You came to connect us to the chiral network too, am I right? Sorry, but I'm not allowed to make that decision by myself. And right now, there's no telling when my father's going to get back. He was coming home from a long trip up north and got as far as the snowy mountains nearby, but then we lost contact. I was actually hoping someone could search for him and posted a main order. I'm certain he's still alive, and since no one else has taken on the order as of yet, I hope you'll at least consider it.
Sounds like we've got an emergency on our hands. You can accept the order by accessing this delivery terminal, Sam.
Disengaging weapons restrictions.
The adventurer was in this area when he last made contact with his son. See any sign of him, Sam?
Must have been further now.
What do we have here, Sam?
Gotta stretch my legs.
what a relief. He's still breathing. You can put him in a protective bag and carry him home. You know, he looks familiar somehow. Didn't we save this man once before? Right then. Let's hurry and take him to his shelter.
Weapons detected. Be advised that usage is restricted inside facility grounds.
Access the delivery terminal to process your orders and...
Oh, I knew I was right to trust you. Thank you for finding him. I need to assess his condition right away. Please wait. He's doing better than I expected, actually. Should be back to normal with a good night's sleep. You've been a true friend to my father. My father said it's okay, so you can go ahead and connect us to the chiral network.
Now displaying your current order grade.
Connection confirmed. Seems to be working fine. Thanks for that. I'll have my father take a look at the cargo you brought me a little while back. But knowing him, he might vanish the moment I turn around. People have given him a nickname. The Adventurer. He takes it a bit too far sometimes, but it's not like he would stop if I asked him to. Anyway, as my way of saying thanks for tracking him down, I've shared a schematic for climbing power gloves with you. They can help you climb steep slopes and grab cargo more easily. But don't take my word for it. Try them on for size and you'll see. Yeah, he disappears without warning and comes back with just as little fanfare. And there are times like this where he doesn't come back at all. That's why I have to impose on people like you to go and rescue him. One day you'll understand, he tells me, like that's supposed to make it okay somehow. They strengthen and enhance all movements you perform with your arms when worn. They make climbing steep hills less taxing. Even the simple act of picking up cargo is faster and smoother. You can also use them to draw cargo towards you from a short distance away, so you can grab it. They help you punch harder as well and keep your balance more easily. My father told me that he came up with the whole concept with the help of some people he met on one of his journeys. Said it was based on some stranded cargo or something, I think. I'm afraid I don't know much more than that, but I do know my father absolutely swears by them. Thank you again for bringing him home. Good luck and safe travels.
Much appreciated, Sam. You should get plenty of rest. Frostbite can be serious. We have to make sure you're not showing signs. Another thing, we need to talk about Hartman's situation. Come and see me when you get back to the DEATH Magellan.
Patched up and good to go.
Sorry.
Hey, Sam. Long time no see. It's me, your old pal, Dead Man.
Dead Man?
Sorry if I gave you a scare. While Hartman is off conducting his near-death excursions, I am borrowing his body. My soul is normally confined to the beach, but for 3 minutes, I get to be here.
How's that possible?
Because he has my heart.
You're telling me that's...
My parting gift to Hartman, yes. Per his request, I bequeathed it before departing on my one-way trip to the beach. He put so much stress on his own that it had grown quite weak. If and when it failed, mine was meant to serve as insurance. But as you can see, he appears to have become rather attached to my heart. His finger never far from the proverbial on switch. Which is why I've been able to assume control of his body. Come here. It's good to see you, Sam. I told you in Mexico that someone had falsified BB-28's records. But in truth, it was yours truly. My intention was to leave no trace of a second BB-28 or of Lou. I wanted you to be free to live your lives, unburdened by the past. But then, well, everything changed, didn't it? You lost Lou, and needed answers to make sense of it all.
30 seconds remaining.
So, I decided to access the network servers from within the beach. Security isn't as strict over there as it is here, you see.
So that was you?
That's right. I am the one who dug up the information about Lou's past. Your very own Hartman was me all along.
2. Administering shock. Stand clear.
Sam?
What's going on?
And where are we?
Sam. Poor Hartman here is understandably confused. If you give us a moment alone, I'll explain things to him.
Oh, okay.
Well, I've apprised Hartman of the situation. It's not unlike my own experience. A soul finds itself in a puppet, and then acts as a puppeteer. One's ka can reside in any vessel to which one has a strong attachment. Human ha or inanimate object. It makes no difference.
Sam, it's Charlie. We've received an emergency distress call from the Eastern Environmental Observatory. I urge you to access the Adventurer's delivery terminal and pick up this main order immediately.
Simone, I could use some help over here. Coming!
accepted. Thank you.
Look out!
Just a bit further now.
actually made it here, huh? Or am I just imagining things? Right. Now check that cargo of yours. Condition is great. Just great. I didn't think anyone was capable of this. Truth be told, been waiting a long time for this moment. But I always knew you'd come my way. Go ahead and use your Cupid to get me online.
Assessment order grade.
All right. Connected to the network. Which means I can finally start fixing up this observatory. In case you haven't heard, we've been seeing an increase in chiral density in every region as the network has expanded. More instances of strange phenomena outside network coverage, too. And I've been told this is indicative of plate gate emergence. You know, after being alone all this time, I wasn't sure I'd be able to stay the course. Till you arrived with that life-saving cargo. Should be all set to hold down the fort now. Not exactly a one-man job, but I'll do my team proud. Oh, I've shared schematics for an oxygen mask with you. I'll help you stay active in areas where the air's thin. Personally, I'd recommend you wear one at all times when you're in my neck of the woods. Tar current fluctuations and whatnot. Mostly in the eastern part of the continent and elevated regions. Going forward, I'll also be paying very close attention to signs of plate gate emergence. Unfortunately, the chiral cloud layer has been gradually descending ever since I got here. Everyone was suffering from exposure, and I'm the only one who stuck around. You're the first friendly face that I've seen in a minute. You know, at high altitudes, on mountains, like this one, for example. And if you climb above the cloud layer, you've got even less oxygen to breathe. Saps your energy even if you're not doing anything strenuous. Over time, you'll cover less distance and be at increased risk of slipping and falling. It's a good idea to wear your oxygen mask to help you stay strong and sharp. Mother Nature won't show you any mercy around these parts. The biting cold and steep slopes will slow you down, or stop your progress altogether. Now would be a good time to make sure that you're fully prepared for the journey ahead. By the way, the aeronautical engineer who lives northwest of here just posted a sub-order for you. Seems something at the Ghost Mech factory's got him all hot and bothered. Help him out and he might hook you up with some useful gear. In any case, I hope you'll come visit me here again sometime. I understand it's a lot to ask folks to make the trip on a regular basis. But that's why I'm hoping I can offer you stuff that'll be of use in hazardous conditions like these. Keep on keeping on, man. And thanks again for all your help.
This is the President, Sam. Chiral network coverage has just passed the 75% milestone here in Australia. The next leg of your journey will take you to the southern part of the continent. Once the remaining regions have been integrated into the network, the manifestation of a new plate gate is all but guaranteed. Marshal your strength to overcome the final hurdles and make this continent whole again. We're all counting on you.
Sam, Rainey's not doing so great. It might be more of a mental than a physical issue, but I'm honestly not sure. Do you remember the doctor from the Motherhood? We think she should be able to help ease Rainey's anxieties. It was Tommen's idea. We already reached out, and she said we could come visit anytime. Since the Motherhood's within the chiral network, we can use the Magellan to travel there. Once you've made it back to the ship, just head to your private room and settle in. You can use the trip to catch up on sleep. But if there's anything you need to take care of before we depart, now would be the time to do so.
Sam, I'm contacting you via a different protocol. This private mode affords me a direct connection to you alone. It seems Drawbridge has reason to suspect that APAC may have been involved in the production of ghost mechs. This possibility concerned me as well, so I conducted my own investigation and reaffirmed that APAC's underlying technologies are iterations of an older Bridges framework. What I'm getting at, Sam, is that the guilty party is not APAC, but Bridges. Which is to say, the UCA may also have some involvement with ghost mech production. This would perhaps explain why firearms and other weapons have become commonplace on the Australian continent. The UCA's precursor, the United States of America, had a prominent gun culture. Though Americans first took up arms to liberate themselves from British colonial rule, they retained the right to bear arms so that they might defend themselves against future government tyranny. APAC has no such designs, of course. But Higgs has used factories to obtain weapons in an attempt to subjugate the continent through violent action. And so, the people of Australia have, in response, been forced to take up arms in self-defense. A distinctly American philosophy, and one which would appear to have spread to this continent. The more we seek to unite the people with metaphorical ropes, the more essential sticks seem to become. This particular situation is one that I feared might come to pass, which is precisely why I determined that it must not be the UCA, but a civilian organization which takes the lead in expanding chiral infrastructure. But if the UCA is indeed somehow implicated in these events, it may dramatically alter the calculus. I realize it must be vexing not knowing what to believe, Sam. Should I learn more, I'll contact you at once. For my part, I have a favor to ask. I must insist you not disclose that we've been in direct contact. There's no telling who may be involved with what at this stage.
Order completed. Well done.
Cheers to you, Sam.
All right, doing all recommended. Remember to rest.
Sam. The DHV Magellan is currently docked near the Motherhood shelter. An escort arrived a little while ago to take Rainey inside. The doctor has requested to see you as well. Head on over whenever you feel ready.
Close your eyes. It's okay. You can trust me. It's a healthy baby girl. She's beautiful. She certainly is. Okay, coming up on 3 minutes. Someone needs to go home.
Waves?
Yes, they are. Your womb is connected to a beach. Now, open your eyes. Rainey, the child you're carrying is not dead. It's just that time has stopped in your womb. Your daughter and her mother are in perfect health.
But there's still no treatment, is there?
When the balance between our world and the beach is finally restored, you will give birth. There's nothing to worry about. Come on. All in due time. So wait and have faith that you and your child will be fine.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
What about you?
Someday I'll have a son, but until then I get to see him once a month. It'll all work out.
Yeah.
For all of us.
Sorry, but would it be all right if I took another look at your pod?
Give me 1 second.
Okay, I'll head back first.
The thing is, when I did my examination on your pod, I got the strangest feeling. The BB in that pod was there far longer than any typical BB. I'd like to check your pod's production number. If it's an official model, it'll have one inscribed on it.
I can tell you right now, there's no number written on it.
No, it wouldn't be on the outside. It would be inscribed on the inner wall. Now, you can't open a pod without endangering the BB's life, but there is a way that we can peek inside. See? Right there. See, a pod's production number is a record of when the occupant was transferred from the still mother's womb. Sort of like a BB's date of birth.
Impossible. 11 years ago. On the very same day as the Void Out.
Lou's date of birth was 11 years ago.
And not just that. The serial number is BB00. Which would make Lou one of the first test subjects.
Yeah. That would appear to be the case, yes.
If we scour the archives for any mention of BB00, there's a chance we might learn more about Lou's past.
You really should try and put this behind you. And digging up the past won't help.
I think it's time we return to the DHV Magellan.
You know, Sam, seeing as you've come so very far, you should take a moment to see to any unfinished business before you commit to new obligations.
Thank you.
In the place where I came from, no one gave birth to babies. They just stayed inside their mother's bellies.
Well, in our world, babies are born and grow up to be adults. Or at least they're supposed to.
It's only natural that Tamara wouldn't understand. After all, she was living in a realm of the dead. I wouldn't expect children to be born into such a place.
But Rainey's baby will be born, right?
In due time, of course. Isn't that so?
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Raindrops are falling on my head. And just like the guy whose feet are too big for his bed, nothing seems to fit. Those raindrops are falling on my head, they keep falling.
So I just did me some talking to the sun.
Oh, that was terrible.
I thought it was pretty good, actually.
So you'll be a mother who gives birth to her baby.
Mm-hmm. And I just can't wait.
Talk about terrible, Sam. I've heard dogs with better tones.
Hi, Sam. Tarman here. I'm pleased Rainey's feeling better. And now that that's settled, we're all set to continue linking up the continent. Your next main order requires you to retrieve some intriguing cargo. And for convenience's sake, we've decided to transport you to the mission area in the Magellan. Speaking of the Magellan, I think it's high time this old girl's weaponry got a bit of an upgrade. I've gotten in touch with a researcher based in South Fort Knott for this very purpose. I'll need your help, of course, but the details can wait until we get there. I'm sure you're eager to get underway, but the tar currents nearby have grown unstable. It's going to be a bumpy ride. As a safety precaution, I'd like everyone to assemble on the bridge before departure. Come and join us as soon as you're ready.
Just a little more work, and we'll have linked up the whole continent.
Allow me to reestablish our connection with the network.
And we're off! Went crazy. I've lost track of my hand. It's gone.
Are we caught in a surge?
I don't know. There shouldn't be any other currents in our vicinity.
Unidentified object approaching.
Everyone brace for impact. What's wrong?
The rudder's unresponsive.
I think something's dragging us.
The connection to my hand has been severed somehow. Right now, I'm flying blind.
Gurman, do you sense anything?
No, it's not a BT.
Well, something's still pulling us down.
Much deeper, and the ship's hull won't be able to handle the pressure.
Evasive action!
Out of the way, Kitty!
It's no good. Can't break free.
Discharge tar ballast. Rapid ascent, now!
Too risky. We have no idea where we're going to surface.
We have no choice. Open blast shields.
If we don't do something, it'll crush us.
Hold it.
Yeah, I'm hardly a repatriate, but I'm immortal enough. Damn. When'd you start rolling with such a big crew, Sam? Settle. Settle. Unless you want me to blow her head off. Oh, well. You roll back the clock in that old time fall soaked hide of yours, huh? You know I'm only here to get revenge on you and Sam. The rest of y'all really have no quarrel with, so, you know, you let me keep the two of them and y'all can fuck off. No? Oh. I want to die together. Except for the fact that Sam's a repatriate, so can't really share in your sad fate. But before I pop him, he gets to watch me kill all y'all.
Ghost mech? So he's... what, Mecha Higgs?
Sir, disappointing. But I don't break that easy. So be it. It's gonna be that way. Y'all could all go down with the ship.
It's all up to you, Sam.
No time to waste. Let's head out, Sam.
Sam, it looks like that thing coiled around the Magellan is some sort of giant ghost mech. You're our only hope of freeing the ship from its grasp. Gear up and get ready to head out. If you can get it to let go and draw it away from us, we should be able to provide fire support. We're counting on you, Sam.
Great job, Sam. The only reason we're still alive is because you were here to save us. Come back to the ship. You've earned yourself a rest. Good morning, Sam. I understand that your room didn't suffer any major damage. Unfortunately, the rest of the DEATH Magellan wasn't so lucky. The ship is unable to travel in its current state, but Tarman's doing his best to get us back in action. I'm about to leave to pick up some supplies for repairs. When you're ready to head out, I suggest you head to the bridge and get Tarman to brief you on the situation. Afterwards, check the ship's delivery terminal to find out which part of the continent you'll need to link up next. The show must go on, after all.
So, how's everything looking? We'll be able to repair the plating and the propulsion system using chiral printed parts. Fragile's team will pick up any additional materials that are necessary. The nav console I use to read the tar currents isn't broken. I just need a little more time to restore the connection with my hand. Won't be much longer now.
Tarman.
He came to visit me in my room.
Thank you. Oh, I see you're holding hands now, eh? Hands allow us to connect, form bonds.
You think you'll ever find your missing hand?
Now that's a bond I doubt will ever be broken.
Looks like we're good to go.
We'll see you later.
Stay safe out there.
Are you excited to head out? So excited. She's here. Oh, there's Fragile. Okay. Let's get going.
Hey, be safe out there.
Thank you.
What if you run into trouble on the way?
We'll be fine. Remember, you're talking to the former head of Fragile Express.
You two be all right?
We all have dooms. No need to worry about us.
And we're tougher than you, too.
Right. So watch yourself out there.
Take care of each other.
Sam, although everyone's hard at work repairing the DHV Magellan, it will unfortunately be some time before we can travel again. Nevertheless, putting our plans on hold is out of the question. We must continue to press on. Extending the chiral network remains our priority. Your next objective is to link up South Fort Knot. Though you'll need to get another site online before that will be possible. And unlike before, the DHV Magellan will be unable to advance to your position after you've expanded coverage. Now, during this period, you'll need to operate without our support. Fragile, Rainy, and Tomorrow are gone procuring materials for repairs. And Tarman has his hands full tending to the ship. He'd also like to improve the ship's arsenal, as a precautionary measure. And bringing South Fort Knot into the chiral network will be necessary to do that. I say this to reassure you that the whole team is committed to getting the ship back up and running, and that we mean to join you as soon as we can. It's just gonna take us a little while, that's all. For now, head to the Phantom Smith's shelter and put him on the grid. The associated main order can be accessed via this delivery terminal.
Close enough to sever its umbilical cord with your blood boomerang, Sam? Well done, Sam. That's the last of the cargo. Let's head to our destination and make the delivery.
access the delivery terminal to process your orders and requests.
Risking your life to cross snowy mountains is a lot to ask of anyone. And rubbing shoulders with BTs to recover someone else's stuff, that's going above and beyond. You're one hell of a guy, seriously. Sit tight. I'll confirm the contents of your cargo right away. Marvelous condition, I've got to say. Thank you. There's no denying your incredible skill, and I really can't thank you enough. I'd like you to put this shelter on the chiral network.
Now displaying your current order grade.
And now I'm finally online. Accordingly, I was able to analyze the cargo you just dropped off. Seems it was developed with the aid of an unknown technology, which I've taken to calling ghost tech. From what I can tell, it reacts to chiral radiation on a specific wavelength. The reason I mention it is because the chiral shock cannon data I shared with you is the product of research that leverages this principle. The chiral radiation it generates can pass through objects without destroying them. Practically speaking, this means you can incapacitate enemies hiding behind walls and such. It should also deal damage to BTs and mechs as well. It's pretty powerful as far as ranged weapons go. You can't use it without anchoring it to the ground first, though. Makes a lot of noise, too. Gotta think before you fire. You know, even I've heard stories about Higgs and his plans. So if the chiral shock cannon helps you stop him, that'll make my day. And if you can deliver my research data to South Fort Knot, you should be able to get some new and improved tech to help you out. There's a lot of other folks on this mountain doing specialized research. If you bring them onto the chiral network too, I'm sure they'll hook you up with all kinds of goodies. I came here with the advance expedition, actually. Tagged along with this one researcher. I guess you could say we were like mentor and student. Can't go anywhere without tripping over stranded cargo in these parts, you see. The stuff we found was like nothing we'd ever seen before. Invaluable materials for our scientific pursuits. So, when my mentor was about to leave for South Fort Knot, I realized that I wanted to stay put. I thought that if I got this place on the chiral network, I'd be able to share future discoveries made here much more easily. Moving forward, I expect that my efficiency will increase substantially, allowing me to be of greater use to you and others. Well, I'm familiar with the tar therapist, at least. He's researching potential applications of the stuff as a healing agent. While his specialty is medicine, he's also well-versed in various tar phenomena. If all that sounds interesting, it might be worth seeking him out. However, it doesn't seem like he's posted any urgent orders recently. So I'd say your best bet is to find cargo that didn't make it to him and try to deliver it to his shelter yourself. It's entirely possible he might be able to offer you things neither one of us can possibly imagine.
It fires a focused bolt of chiral radiation generated on a very specific wavelength. Packs a powerful punch, and is perfect for incapacitating distant enemies. It's also great against mechs. Even the ones with thick armor should take significant damage from it. Hell, this spectrum of chiral radiation is also proven to be effective against BTs. Its size does make it a touch unwieldy, but it's simply one of the most devastating ranged weapons there is. If you can get South Fort Knott onto the chiral network, I should be able to share the data for this invaluable technology with them. They've got some quality facilities of their own, you know. Bet they could use them to make you something even more impressive. Thanks again. You've been a big help. Definitely couldn't have managed this on my own. I'm still concerned about the armed survivalists to the south of here, not to mention Higgs and his future plans. So I'll be rooting for you to keep on doing what you can to make things better for us all. I don't know if I can come up with anything else to help with that, but I'm willing to give it a try. Your support would be appreciated too. Anyway, I'm prepping some cargo I'd like taken to South Fort Knott. You're headed that way, right? Be warned that this cargo can explode if handled improperly, and should be considered extremely dangerous. So if and when you take this main order, handle it with the utmost care. Good luck with everything. I'll see you around.
Sam, apologies for the sudden call. Once again, I'm contacting you via our dedicated private line. No one else will be able to listen in on our conversation. I'll get to the point. Has Charlie ever behaved in a manner you felt was suspicious? I ask because his credibility, as routinely calculated by APAS, appears to have dropped sharply. Despite attempting to confirm his credentials via the UCA's National ID Registry, it does not appear anyone has ever actually met the man. It may well be the case that he does not even exist. A ghost, so to speak. I can only hope that my suspicions are unfounded. For now, Sam, proceed to South Fort Knott and put it on the chiral network as planned. It is imperative that we improve the DHV Magellan's capabilities to better contend with Higgs and his forces. And the sooner we connect all of Australia to the network, the better. When you are ready to proceed, you can pick up your next main order from the delivery terminal at this facility.
Unable to obtain additional data from the DHV Magellan. Updating information with data from within chiral network coverage only.
hazardous materials notwithstanding, I see you got here in a timely fashion. At one moment, while I confirm the cargo's condition. No damage to speak of? Thank you for transporting my cargo with care. Well now, this was not a delivery I was expecting you to bring to my door. I'm on the cusp of a breakthrough, thanks to you. Let's both continue to give it our all. Go ahead and connect your Cupid.
Now displaying your current order grade.
On the network at last, eh? I've been waiting for this moment for so very long. This should enable me to increase the pace of my research into new defensive solutions. As for the cargo you brought me, it's the culmination of the Phantom Smith's recent efforts. I applied a few finishing touches, and voila! I can now share with you the data for a chiral cannon. It is a devastatingly powerful weapon that can be mounted onto pickup off-roaders. You'll find it deals unparalleled damage to BTs as well as ghost mechs. Which might come in handy, since it's not just armed survivalists that have been sighted recently. It's ghost mechs too. It's hard to say, but Higgs might be up to something. So that's all the more reason to have weapons suited to dealing with his minions. Ideally, this cannon would only be effective against BTs and mechs. Unfortunately, though, such firepower is more than enough to kill any human outright, so please use it wisely. In addition, I'm happy to share some new pickup off-roader tires that will significantly improve its traction. You can swap them in and out as you like when customizing your vehicles. I highly recommend using these if you're planning to tackle a snow-covered mountain. In the wake of the Death Stranding, we've been witness to all manner of new and unknown phenomena. The research team to which I belong has worked to classify said phenomena, that we might determine which can be leveraged for practical applications. The Phantom Smith is also one of our number. The two of us shared a mentor, as it happens. The man responsible for developing the navigational systems of the DHV Magellan. His influence is largely why I study vehicles and related tech. We don't yet know why ghost mechs are able to operate outside of chiral network coverage, but we do have a working theory. And if the underlying principles of this theory prove true, we can take advantage of them. Fortunately, the cargo you've brought may well hold the answers to many outstanding questions. I strongly suspect we'll make rapid progress in the days to come, meaning you can look forward to even more new and exciting creations. It fires chiral particles at an extremely high velocity. Its considerable size makes it impractical to carry, so we've designed it to be mounted on pickup off-roaders instead. Whilst it needs a moment to charge before it can be fired, it boasts tremendous stopping power. And it will automatically track hostile targets, allowing you to engage with ease whilst driving. Giant BTs and ghost mechs are tougher than ever these days. It's truly unfortunate, but we have no choice but to rely on weapons of this caliber. A necessary escalation to combat Higgs and his forces. But I must also reiterate that due to the destructive potential of this cannon, it should never be used where humans may be harmed. Thank you again for your help. I'll be sure to continue my research into ghost technology in the days ahead. I intend to look into ways of ensuring we have greater freedom of movement with our vehicles, even in dangerous areas. Any assistance you can provide would be greatly appreciated. Oh, before you go, I have a parting gift for you. A gift I was instructed to give you by my mentor. This cargo will allow you to enhance the DHV Magellan's weaponry, per Tarman's request, I believe. I'll need some time to prepare it for transport, though. In the meantime, please avail yourself of the private room here. I'll be sure to post the order by the time you wake up. So, go on and have a good nap.
Sam, it's me. Our enemies have grown bolder and more aggressive, but I see you were all able to fend them off in the end. Chiral network coverage now stands in excess of 85% across Australia. We are already seeing indications of plate gate formation in the near future as well. Just a bit more, Sam. I know you and your comrades will finish what we've started, and to prepare for what's to come. I encourage you to rest in your private room. Be advised, Sam, that I've switched this call to private mode. We need to talk about Charlie. I reviewed the contract between APAC and Drawbridge and followed the money. By doing so, I was able to confirm that funding for Drawbridge was provided by none other than Bridges. Though they used intermediaries to obfuscate the transactions, Bridget is undoubtedly the source of your patrons' funds. In other words, Drawbridge cannot be considered as an independent civilian organization. Should these details come to light, your attempts to integrate Mexico and Australia into the chiral network could be misconstrued as an expansionist effort. When I tasked Drawbridge with these missions, it was under the assumption that it was a non-government operation. But I, APAC, and you yourselves may have all been deceived. I will continue to pursue this investigation for now. Take this time to rest and recover in your private room.
Administering shock. Stand clear.
Just like old times.
Where are we?
This place does wonders for my mood. The repairs to the DHV Magellan are still ongoing, so I thought to return here and see if I couldn't make progress with our Lou investigation.
Learn anything new?
Well, at the Motherhood's facility, we managed to confirm that Lou's original serial number was none other than BB00. And this is what I found when I attempted to search for associated records. To build the chiral network, 9 sacrificial BBs were prepared. However, the network's original design required only 1. A single sacrificial BB unit, facilitating chiral communications across the entire North American continent. This approach called for what was dubbed a core bridge baby, and BB-00 was a lucky candidate assigned to play this role. However, Bridges subsequently abandoned the idea, their tests having failed to yield the desired results. And so it was that the model requiring multiple sacrificial BBs was ultimately adopted.
Meanwhile, Lou was placed into storage for an extended period, and for reasons yet unknown, inherited the identity of BB-28.
Records indicate that the Bridges research team was responsible for the reclassification.
Were they trying to cover up the earlier experiments by falsifying Lou's production year, perhaps? Or did Bridges have some other hidden agenda?
I'm afraid that remains unclear.
Well, we now know Lou was born 11 years ago. There may very well have been a connection with Neil.
You know, my fondness for this place isn't wholly nostalgic. It has the most delightful hot springs, you see. Though, truth be told, even they aren't my favorite thing about it. If you can find the time, you should come visit. Give the old bones a soak.
Oh, a warm bath does sound good.
Perfect treat for a weary traveler. Anyway, I'll see you aboard the Magellan.
Do you read me, Sam? This is Tarman. I've relocated my hand at last, out there on the currents, bobbing along like before. Now that our connection has been re-established, I should finally be in a position to wrap up repairs on the ship. But that won't be enough for what's coming. We need to improve our weaponry as well. South Fort Knott is home to an exceptional researcher. It so happens that they were instrumental in the construction of this fine vessel, and they're preparing the latest and greatest weapons for our use as we speak. Just a few more hurdles, Sam. Access the South Fort Knott delivery terminal and take care of the main order force.